Ever wonder what happens when Netflix swings for the fences and misses? Let's dive into 30 original shows and movies that flopped hard despite all the hype conflict. Um, don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe for more content. Netflix has churned out countless originals, but not every project hits the mark. The Some miss so badly they vanish without a trace. Here are the misfires that left us scratching our heads. Starting with The Ridiculous Six, Adam Sandler's Western comedy aimed for goofy laughs, but ended up a painful slog. Sandler plays a man raised by Native Americans on a quest to find his father. Um, Not exactly a hit. The humor relied on crude gags and stereotypes, turning off both critics and viewers. Um, Despite a star-studded cast, it failed to spark any buzz and quickly vanished. Then there's He's All That, gender swapped uh, remake of the teen classic. Uh, a social media influencer bets she can turn a nerdy classmate into prom king. It hoped to capitalize on nostalgia, but fell flat. It hoped to capitalize on nostalgia, uh, but fell flat. The charm of the original got lost in cliches and forced modern vibes. Um, Critics panned its lack of wit, and audiences barely noticed it, making it a forgettable entry. Uh, the Starling starred Melissa McCarthy as a grieving woman finding solace through an unlikely friendship with a bird and a quirky therapist. The premise aimed for heartfelt but stumbled. The mix of comedy and drama felt jarring, and the story never found its emotional core. Despite McCarthy's talent, the film was criticized for being shallow and quickly forgotten. Diana, the musical, traced Princess Diana's life from her marriage to Prince Charles to her tragic end. It in to capture the magic of the stage, but crashed hard on screen. Um, Critics slammed its cheesy lyrics and uneven tone, while audiences found it more awkward than moving. It disappeared from conversations almost instantly, failing to become the camp classic Netflix hoped for. You know, Super Drags followed three gay coworkers who moonlight as superhero drag queens. It pitched itself as a bold, fun take on superhero tropes, uh, but would missed the mark. And um, the humor leaned heavily on stereotypes and shock value, lacking the depth to engage viewers. With only 5 episodes, it failed to build a fan base and was quietly shelved. The Mist, 2017, based on Stephen King's novel, followed a small town trapped by a mysterious creature-filled mist. Uh, it aimed to expand the story into a gripping thriller, but faltered. Poor pacing and weak character development left it feeling like a generic horror show. It struggled to capture the novel's tension, and low viewership led to its cancellation after one season. Hoops 2020 centered on a foul-mouthed high school basketball coach trying to turn around a losing team. It banked on crude humor to win laughs, but flopped. Um, um, the reliance on shock gaps over substance alienated viewers, and it failed to stand out in Netflix's animation lineup. Critics called it forgettable, and it was axed after one season. Devil in Ohio followed a psychiatrist who takes in a teen girl who escaped a cult only to unravel dark secrets. Um, it had a creepy premise, but fell apart in execution. Um, and the story leaned on overused horror tropes and lacked real scares, disappointing fans of the genre. It fizzled out with audiences um, earning a quick cancellation after its debut season. Uh, God's Favorite Idiot 2022 starred Melissa McCarthy and Ben Falcone as an office worker chosen by God to stop the apocalypse. The quirky setup promised laughs, but delivered little uh, weak writing and uneven humor, failed to showcase the lead's comedic talents, that it struggled to find an audience, and Netflix pulled the plug after one lackluster season. Pretty Smart 2021 followed a book smart women moving in with her quirky sister and her roommates. It aimed to revive classic 2000s sitcom vibes, but felt outdated. The predictable plots and flat characters didn't resonate, and it lacked the spark to stand out. It quietly faded after one season with little fanfare, push for renewal. The Midnight Club followed terminally ill teens in a hospice who share spooky stories and seek supernatural answers. Uh, Created by Mike Flanagan, it had high expectations, but stumbled. The pacing dragged, and the scares felt tame compared to Flanagan's other hits. But despite a solid cast, it didn't grip viewers, leading to its cancellation after one season. Q Force featured a team of queer super spies aiming for bold, inclusive humor. It promised fresh representation, but tricked over its own execution. The reliance on stereotypes and forced gags alienated its target audience. It failed to build a following, and Netflix quietly dropped it after a single season. The Pentaverate 2022 starred Mike Myers in a comedy about a secret society controlling world events. It aimed for quirky fun, but fell flat. The convoluted plot and over-the-top gags didn't land, confusing viewers. Despite Myers' star power, it was panned and quickly forgotten by audiences. It would be about Space Force, starred Steve Carell in a workplace comedy about building a new U.S. military branch for space. It aimed for sharp satire, but missed the mark. The humor felt forced, and the show struggled to find a consistent tone in. um, which is, um, despite a strong cast, including John Malkovich, it was canceled after 2 seasons due to low viewership. The Irregulars, 2021, set in the Sherlock Holmes universe, followed a group of teens solving supernatural crimes in Victorian London. It aimed for gritty mystery, but faltered. The uneven mix of teen drama and dark fantasy didn't gel, and it strayed too far from the Holmes charm. It was axed after 1 season, failing to capture a wide audience. Jupiter's Legacy followed aging heroes passing the torch to their kids, based on a popular comic. It promised epic stakes, but it collapsed under its own weight. Bloated storytelling and weak character arcs failed to hook viewers. High production costs and lukewarm reception led to its cancellation after a single season. Cowboy Bebop was a live-action take on the beloved anime, following a group of bounty hunters in a futuristic world. It aimed to honor the original but disappointed fans. The adaptation lacked the anime's flair with clunky dialogue and uneven pacing. Despite a talented cast, including John Cho, it was canceled after 1 season due to backlash. Archive 81, 2022, followed an archivist uncovering eerie secrets while restoring old tapes. It had a creepy setup, but struggled to maintain momentum. The slow burn story and confusing twists lost viewers over time. Despite some critical praise, it didn't pull enough viewers, leading to its cancellation after 1 season. The Dark Crystal, Age of Resistance, 2019-2020, used stunning puppetry to expand the fantasy world of Thra. It aimed for epic storytelling that faced hurdles, high production costs, and a niche audience limited its reach, despite critical acclaim. Netflix canceled it after 1 season, leaving fans disappointed with no resolution. Away, 2020, followed an astronaut played by Hilary Swank, leading a mission to Mars while grappling with family issues on Earth. It aimed for emotional depth that fell short. The soap opera style drama overshadowed the sci-fi premise, alienating viewers. High costs and mixed reviews led to its cancellation after a single season. The Society, 2019-2020, followed a group of kids in a mysterious town where all adults had vanished. It built intrigue, but couldn't sustain its promise. Production delays and budget issues worsened by the pandemic led to its cancellation after 1 season. Fans were left frustrated with unresolved cliffhangers. I Am Not Okay With This, 2020, followed a teen girl discovering her superpowers while navigating high school. It aimed for a quirky charm, but didn't stick the landing. It wasn't ability. The short season and abrupt ending left viewers wanting more, but not in a good way. It was canceled after 1 season, partly due to pandemic-related production woes. Teenage Bounty Hunters, 2020, followed twin sisters juggling high school and bounty hunting with their mentor. It had a fun premise, but struggled to find an audience. The humor and drama didn't quite mesh, and it flew under the radar. Netflix axed it after one season, leaving fans of the quirky show disappointed. Cursed 2020 reimagined the Arthurian legend through a young sorceress played by Catherine Langford. It aimed for epic adventure, but stumbled weak world building and uneven pacing failed to hook viewers. Despite a promising cast, it was canceled after one season due to lackluster reception. The Get Down followed teens in the 1970s. Bronx navigating the rise of hip hop. In Maya, Data, Public, and Baz Luhrmann's vibrant vision, and High, but crashed. And, high production costs and a fragmented story didn't draw enough viewers. It was canceled after one season, despite its bold style and talented cast. Since 8 followed 8 strangers linked by a psychic connection created by the Wachowskis. It had a loyal fan base, but struggled with scale. The sprawling story and massive budget made it unsustainable despite its ambition. Netflix ended it after 2 seasons with a finale special to wrap things up. Marco Polo 2014-2016 followed the explorer's adventures in Kubla Khan's court. Computers, it aimed for grand storytelling, but fell short of expectations. The slow pace and high costs didn't justify its modest viewership. Netflix pulled the plug after 2 seasons, unable to rival hits like Game of Thrones. Bloodline 2015-2017 followed Dark Secrets unraveling in the Florida Keys with a strong cast, including Kyle Chandler. It started strong but lost steam. The story grew repetitive and production costs outweighed its audience. Netflix ended it after 3 seasons, leaving some fans unsatisfied with the rushed finale. Hemlock Grove 2013-2015 followed supernatural mysteries in a small town, blending werewolves and vampires. It aimed for gritty thrills but faltered. It's the convoluted plot and uneven tone confused viewers, despite a creepy vibe that is, well, it ran for 3 seasons, but ended with little lasting impact. Gypsy 2017 starred Naomi Watts as a therapist crossing ethical lines with her patients' lives. It aimed for dark intrigue, but missed the mark. The slow pace and lack of compelling twists failed to hook audiences. Netflix canceled it after 1 season with little outcry from viewers. So there you have it, 30 Netflix originals that didn't quite nick the but hey, at least we can laugh about it, right? After all, even the best streaming service can have a few duds. With that said, thanks for watching, and until next time,